If you are looking for some simple habits to build your online visibility so that you can attract the clients that you want, in fact, the ones that really, really fit you, then you're in absolutely the right place. Because today I'm joined by Meg Hutson, and she knows all about that sort of thing. So, firstly, why not hit the subscribe button? And then, Meg, over to you.
Hello, well, thank you very much for having me because, yes, getting visible is so key in actually attracting those clients that we want, the ones that you look forward to speaking to, not the ones that you wake up feeling anxious, being like, oh, have I got any emails from them today? We don't want those people, do we?
No.
No, absolutely not. So, my first tip for getting visible and attracting those people is to be so wholeheartedly yourself. Be authentic. It's a little bit of a buzzword at the moment, isn't it? But it's that authenticity that actually attracts the people we want to work with. Like, I don't know about you, but I have sat in meetings before where, the guy's in a suit and he's, hello, hello, what are you going to do for me then? That's not, I can't do that. And I used to pretend that I can. I used to go into my sort of formal mode and pretend that is who I am, but it's absolutely not. I've never worked in corporate. I've never really had to be like that. So it's not a mold that I fit in very well. But the more that I've embraced being completely my weird little unique self, the more I've actually attracted those clients I want to work with, because it's all about making like a safe space for people, isn't it? It's being like, if I could be weird and say this weird stuff and make mistakes and do all of this, then you'll feel hopefully safe and good working with me and that we'll have fun. So that is probably the biggest tip, is just to be completely yourself.
I love that, Meg, because I'm all about people really embracing being unapologetically themselves. And the thing is, when we don't do that, then we're out of alignment with who we are and things
Definitely.
don't really work, which is why probably, like you mentioned, you don't really attract the clients that you want to. So brilliant.
Yeah, and a really good way to do that is sort of the second tip, is to lead with your purpose. Like, why have you actually started this? Because it's one thing to say, okay, go and show up as yourself online, just off you go. But how do we actually do that? So, your purpose and really knowing exactly what that is really helps you to get there. Like, for me, I want to make marketing fun and accessible so that we can all live the lives we want to live and do that through a successful business. If I didn't know that, I would sort of think, okay, so how do I show up as myself? What does that mean? What do my audience need to hear? Whereas if you can actually lead with your purpose and lead with the reason that you're even doing all of this in the first place, then that automatically will also attract the right people.
Absolutely. And the thing is also that it means that you have a reason to get up when things get tough, because invariably, we are challenged on a daily basis. And if we're in our own business, then, it can be tough sometimes. So actually, yeah, having that purpose, or some people might call it a why, would you say?
Yes,
Yeah.
absolutely.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Drive us on. Brilliant.
yeah. And the why for yourself, but also the why for your clients. Like, what is the good you want to do in the world? I really only work with people who are trying to do some good, whatever that may be. But it's like, okay, so what's your reason? Maybe that is financial, maybe it's the freedom, but what's also the reason that you want to work with the types of people you do? And that generally is more perhaps that you've been through an experience that they're going through right now. You've come out the other end, so you can be their guide. Obviously they're always the hero in the journey, right? But you can be their guide and lead them through. So it's sort of thinking about your why from both perspectives as well.
Perfect.
Yeah. And then the third one is actually relationships, which I think a lot of people say feels a little bit fluffy. It's not necessarily, well, it's seen as not a very old school sales tactic, but actually it's pretty much the oldest one in the book, isn't it? That, you would have known the local shopkeepers, you would have known your lawyer, you would have known everyone you worked with. And so now where we're like across the world, like I've got clients in Europe, like wherever, but we've got a really strong relationship because it is a two-way relationship. It's not about just like shouting out into a void and trying to sell. It's about actually thinking, okay, so I want to actually get to know this person. I'm interested in what they do. It's not all about the sales pitch. And that is a very undervalued technique, I suppose, in order to build that community and to be visible. Because if you're building those relationships, people will stay, like they'll keep hanging around you. You'll work out quite quickly who's right for you and who's not. They'll know if they want to work with you. And it all comes together really nicely rather than just sort of always putting sales posts online and, never talking to anybody. That's just not a sustainable way to build a business.
No, I couldn't agree more. And I think that people don't want to be sold to. They don't want that. They want to find solutions to the problem that they have. And if they like us and they trust us, and our solution is a fit for them, then it's a perfect match, isn't it? And then we can all be happy.
Definitely. And I know for me, like I used to feel really icky about sales, but since I learned that we're literally just solving problems, and so it's about building that relationship, discovering the problem in a completely genuine way, not in a sneaky, any of that, but genuinely saying, okay, look, you've got this problem. I can actually solve it for you. Like that is the easiest way to sell. It doesn't feel icky. The person doesn't feel like they're being sort of tricked into a sale or anything like that. So I would say that's how you then kind of bring it all together and turn it into sales is understanding your audience and what they need.
I love that. And that's your three habits, isn't it?
That's three. Yeah.
Perfect. Very succinct.
Whiz
Thank
through.
you so much, Meg. I love that. For those of you that want to find more out about Meg, then her links will be below this video. So do check her out. You can tell she's so much fun. And my links will be there as well. Thank you again for your pearls of wisdom, Meg. And thank you everyone else for watching.
Thank you for having me on.